And good evening. Welcome to the Gary Brodsky Show. I'm setting up and I'll be right with you. Cigarette and soda. We're going to be rolling around it. Yeah. This music is the only music that is not copywritten that nobody's going to complain about. You all know what I'm talking about. What the hell are men becoming today? One need look no further than any old movie. I know all movies are loaded with propaganda, but the further back you go, the less propaganda. Men were shown as men, now shown, of course, as jerk-offs, which would be funny if, doing great here, men weren't acting like jerk-offs. Now, I have to just bring this up. That killer in California, some psycho nut goes crazy. I'm sure you've heard about this in the news. Stabbed 3 people to death, shot 3 people to death. All over now, they are blaming the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, and dating sites, and saying that all this stuff should be banned. And the fact that people are stupid enough to even agree with that, they've always been psycho killers. You don't blame their tools. Stalin killed 40 million people. He had a mustache. Wait a second. Hitler had a mustache. We'll blame the mustaches. Right? We don't blame the people, we blame the mustaches. Next time you get pulled over for speeding, I'm going to say, listen, it's the car's fault. It goes fast. I can't help it. This sick society we have become, where being a man is considered now, we call it a rape culture. You just go to your local neighborhood newsstand and see this become a rape culture. When 30 years ago it was a free love culture. What changed? I'll tell you what changed. They changed you. They changed everybody. We have been living under propaganda for God knows how long. In the 60s, they needed kids, free love. In the 70s, they needed wealthier kids, free love with suits. In the 80s, they needed kids from wealthy families, free love with business opportunities. Now they don't want kids anymore. They put men and women against each other and demasculinize the hell out of men. Sissified, wussified, pussified, you name it, they did it. You want to become alphafied? GaryBrodsky.com. That's right. Show your fucking balls. Now for the disclaimer, which I should have done earlier. This show may contain, I haven't gotten started yet, offensive content. They probably said that about Mary Poppins today. She's depressed. Shut up. May obtain offensive commentary, sexist point of view. You name it, it's contained. How's that? Make it easy. All right. I got that out of the way. Oh, thank God. Hey, look, the Gary Brodsky show's starting. Well, I've got to go see that one. Okay, now anybody watching it, anybody new, who has a question, they always get me at the end saying, hey, how can I say this at the beginning? Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL.com. You text it and somehow I get it here. Pretty good, huh? I don't know how that works, but it works. That's the important thing. Number 2, if you sign up at GaryBrodsky.com, you get the most politically incorrect, sexist book that is totally effective in picking up women absolutely free. So that's how I'm starting off the show. I want to mention a few other things too. And I notice this is happening. Alex Jones is selling some excellent product on, basically bring men back to men. I mean, it's gotten that bad where you're going to need product. And I take them, and I also have my own brand GaryBrodsky.com supplements, and they work. You know, if you want to build up yourself, you want to be more alpha, you want to have a deeper voice. And yeah, here's my proof right here, okay? It's like 21, sometimes 21 and change. And I don't even work out hard. And if you want to see how to work out right, you probably got this in your mailing piece, the Gary Brodsky workout, because it works. I'm living proof, okay? So check out GaryBrodsky.com supplements, because you need to be alpha today. Otherwise, you're going to sound just like the other guys. And you hear them all the time, don't you? That's how women used to sound. That's how men sound today. Fucking disgrace, right? Well, men don't do men things today. Men don't go out with girls. I had just got on the phone with somebody. Said she was at the beach today. It was a nice day here. She saw girls. She saw guys. She didn't see guys and girls. Until I mentioned it, she never noticed it. How much stuff we don't notice that is happening right in our faces, we don't notice. It's because it's slowly slipping away. And I always mention this, like, you know, hey, how about the dance? There's no dancing anymore. No, in schools, no physical contact is allowed. No shaking hands. They are setting you up, and unless you alpha up, only the alphas fight, okay? If you don't fight, you are guaranteed to lose. Because think about it. There is such a gigantic campaign against being a man, acting like a man, speaking like a man, that why would they have this campaign if they did not intend to do something really horrible once they de-alpha and everybody? And they're doing a great job. I'm not going to congratulate them because I'm doing the opposite job. I'm trying to get everybody back to alpha. And I'll tell you something. If you want to get laid, knowing how to be alpha is a goddamn skill today. And a lot of stuff's on sale at GaryBrodsky.com. And I'm just mentioning that because I know the stuff there is invaluable. Every lesson on there is just going to help you get women, talk to people, be perceived. I mean, guys don't even want to be the center of attention today. You want to walk in the room, you want to make a grand entrance. I have a funny video up there. You check my name, Gary Brodsky, enters the gym. That's how I do it. Big, powerful alpha, which almost is sinful today to even talk about. Now, I've been warned about talking about God. That's no good. Talking about getting laid. That's wrong. Yeah, how do you think you create life, you fucking morons? Bashing atheists. Yeah, that's my favorite thing, actually, to bash them. I'm going to do this on that later. But when the conversation gets rolling, because I have never been preached to as much by any religion except atheism. I mean, they get me everywhere. Hey, do you know God doesn't exist? Why do you have to have that voice? And sometimes I look at these people and go, you know, if I was like you, I might believe God doesn't exist also. That's just my opinion, my opening rant. And I'll see if there's any questions. Death threats? No, not tonight. Hold them off to next week. My old pal Chris, how you doing? Hey, Gary, have you ever heard of a side project band, Sons of Liberty? John Schaefer of Iced Earth came up with it. He's been featured on Alex Jones a few times. It may not be your style, but all the songs addressed all the bullshit going on with the elitist scumbags ruining things and running things. Chris. Actually, I think they're great. I would play them now. I do have them in my list. But there is a guy watching the show right now. I know his name. He knows I know his name. Doesn't care. Who's going to write into YouTube, because he's an attorney, on his official stationery saying he used the copyrighted song. They're going to go through a whole bunch of paperwork to see that I was allowed to use this? No. They're going to knock. I had to pull down 4 videos from last week. One video was because I was politically incorrect. Now that is going to get a lot bigger, because it's net neutrality thing. Look up Ted Cruz and the end of the First Amendment. They want to take down everything that is male-oriented and just flush it down the garbage, and all free speech. Now, what really scares me is the fact that they want to take down free speech. That scares me, yeah. The fact that nobody cares about it terrifies me. You know, it's really, and the most frightening thing to me personally is the attack on men, and that men are cooperating. Seriously, that men are cooperating now. I mean, guys do not pick up girls anymore. They don't have girlfriends. It used to be, oh, I don't have a date Friday night. I better hide. Turn the lights out. Maybe look like I'm out. Now it's like, a date? Huh? I don't date girls. I know guys in their 30s who have never had a first date. And they're going to blame the First, Second, Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment on that. Not that the fact the guy doesn't know shit about how to live, and there are a lot of people becoming psycho over this. You know, it's just gotten out of hand. You watch it, you know, even an old film, and you say, wow, what a different world. Well, the world didn't change. It's the same place, same trees, same animals for the most part. They change you, they reconstruct you, and they make you what they want. And they don't want you alpha because alpha succeeds everywhere. If it was for alphas, we'd still be living in caves and still be practicing cannibalism. What a lot of people on the elites actually do, but I'm not going to get into that tonight. And I'm checking for some mail, because I did not advertise this show, because it is blocked in so many places that would have had to start last Tuesday. Okay, it's still updating. It happens. But step one, okay, of being alpha, because people are, what is alpha? That was just the question I had. It's being a human being. It's being yourself. It's not being what they tell you to be. It's having a bit of a rebel streak in you. It's a whole art unto itself. It's being in control. It's being able to make a decision. I'll give you a quick for example. For example, you pick up a girl, you make a date, you're in the car with her. For those rare few people who actually make dates, those are the guys who watch this show, so let's try to spread this around. And the girl says to you, I'm hungry. And you go, where do you want to eat? She goes, oh, where do you want to eat? You already lost it. You're not alpha anymore, and you ain't getting laid. Guy has to make decisions. That is what turns women on. Okay? And a lot of the audios, you'll learn the power of, and I'm not going to explain the whole thing tonight, you'll get how to play women. You'll learn the power of increasing your value by diminishing your supply. That's an art unto itself. So covered on that for about an hour. How to play women at GaryBrodsky.com. Because, you know, people go, how could you be saying this stuff? Men are supposed to be with women, okay? Not in their rooms, because they don't move out. They don't move out anymore. Take over. They do not move out. It's almost funny because they don't even want to move out. The guys don't know how to take responsibility. And I got to tell you this, by just acting alpha, you will learn to take responsibility. You learn to be oh, we got one here on Doctors and Lawyers. From my old pal Dan, the guy who co-hosts occasionally on the Gary Brodsky radio show. Hey, how you doing? Okay, Dan, how you doing? Good? Everything okay? Although many doctors and lawyers own their practice and make their own hours, can we really call them entrepreneurial alphas, especially when they follow New World Order agendas, politically correct agendas, and medication for the entire population to be tamed? Excellent. Excellent. Doctors and lawyers are not entrepreneurial. There are some doctors I know, that research scientists that are really entrepreneurial, and every time they come up with something like, hey, this is this guy, doctor, I'm going to mention his name because who knows today? He's the one who discovered how low DHEA in men is, and that if you don't get into your system, you're just going to be perceived chemically as a woman by women. They're going to look at you as a woman. I don't care what great line you come up with. So that's why I recommend the DHEA at GaryBrodsky.com. Oh, it may be a bit pricey, but it works. Or you get the cheap stuff that doesn't work. I'm just mentioning, it's the only pure DHEA in the world. What does DHEA do? Read it. I'll just tell you about it. I'll save you the reading time, okay? Because I know people don't like to read anymore. DHEA builds testosterone naturally. Testosterone is the stuff that makes men. That's the chemical. It's like taking this glass and taking out the soda. You don't have soda anymore. You have an empty glass. And right now, with all the xenoestrogens in the water, and I'll tell you something about water in a second. Yes, water can be used for a lot of things. That's on my occult stuff. Good. But where does most of the fluoridation from water come from? Does it come from drinking it? Anybody can guess where it comes from? I'll tell you guys in a second. I have to drink my soda here. But back to doctors and lawyers. Doctors and lawyers have one common thread. They're able to do tons of homework. Not a bad thing. Lawyers have gone completely to almost believing their gods. I'm a lawyer. You ever notice they all have that voice? Not in the movies. In the movies, like, oh, I represent my client, and my client is... No. In real life, you ever need a lawyer? Hi, well, I ain't meeting. Great, another one of these. Now, I know a couple of cool ones. But in general, no. And doctors go by what they are told they can do. And with the healthcare system, the way it's eroding, you're lucky if you get anything. With all the medication out there, why there's so many people fucked up? Think about that. So not entrepreneurial at all. Doctors and lawyers become doctors and lawyers because their mothers told them to be. When I was a kid, I used to tell my father I want to be a doctor. It was good for like, here's $5. It was a racket. But just checking for mail. We'll get those in a second. Now, I was thinking about this. Dentists have the whole thing covered. They don't really have to. The dentists, to me, the most entrepreneurial, coolest guys around. Because they know if you got a toothache, you're coming in. Oh, yeah, I'll just wait. They'll show up. They don't have to deal with horrible illness, no government agenda, nothing. Hey, you want a new tooth? $2,000. Or you can look like the way you look now. That's it. We'll get the fuck out of here. We got 14 people in the waiting room. I always thought about it. If I was a dentist, I would be open at night and on weekends. Oh, would I rake it in? Because if you ever had a toothache, say, I'll sell a kidney right now. Yeah, in exchange for getting rid of this pain. So, but doctors and lawyers are there because it is a controlled business. Basically, doctors can't do everything they want. Lawyers are considered officers of the court, which we know is not a corrupt place, right? They're going to do what's told to them to do. Now, I've been sued for stuff, and I won. And I was like, we're still going to hold your bank account for as long as we possibly can. But I won. Yeah, really? Keep filing papers and keep spending money. How about that? Yes, people who think freely, who speak freely, who have a point of view, you're going to run into resistance. You're going to run into problems. You're going to run into people saying, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Good. You don't need those people. And if it was for guys like Dan and Chris and these other alpha guys who stand up, we'd have been overrun by right now. We'd be working in some slave camp. And really, it's those few alphas that scare this whole politically correct agenda. And have all women and having kids. Basically, there's some pussies out there with kids. They say, I don't think my kid should take her out. He can get hurt. Well, how about if he gets jumped? Is he going to get more hurt? He's not going to get jumped. He has a cell phone. You know, just this whole thing with women running the household. Sorry, God didn't plan it that way. It is not, and it has never been, where you can have a 50-50 relationship. It's not a goddamn fucking corporation. It's not a business. It is when it's divorce. It's funny. But when it's a marriage, it's not 50-50. If the guy doesn't make decisions and make right decisions and not get bitchy. Those are a couple of good questions coming up. I'll tell you something. Anybody out there, including you, Dan, yeah, want to have fun with a girl? Let's see if you can get her to break up with you. Here's what you got to do. Just start complaining about petty shit. She's gone. Actually, guys have called me up for consultations like, I can't stand it. She's in love with me. I don't like her. I don't want to hurt her feelings. What do I do? Now you tell me, hey, why don't you be a dick and just dump her and make her, I say, why? I said, if you can take the loss in this, do this. Start arguing about, where were you last night? Argue with her like a woman and see how long it takes to break up. 4 days later, the guy calls back. She doesn't want to ever see me again. Hey, that worked. Well, it's going to work if you don't do it intentionally, too. With somebody you may actually like. So, just mention that. Anyway, my good friend John. A lot of friends, John. This is John the Healer, by the way. So, it is a proven fact that modern medicine doesn't work. But subtle energies from occult and from energy medicine does work. That's true. Go to GaryBrodsky.com, or I want to promote his website, peakpotentialpros.com. He's got some great stuff, and he has healed me of a knee injury where my knee was busted. I mean, really bad. It hurt me for years, and it started really killing me. He goes, I'll take care of it over the phone. I don't know how. My knees never hurt again. And I know you say, well, what if it's the power of suggestion? I don't care. It worked. But modern medicine doesn't work. You think so? You see kids like this today. Yes. It's funny. You see these signs outside schools saying drug-free zone. And there is probably more Ritalin in that school and Adderall than, drug-free zone. Every kid is drugged up before they get to school. I went to school. I know Dan's saying they had schools back then. Yeah. They didn't have allergies. They didn't have a special class for the, kids who are, and I really feel bad for the special needs kids, because 1 out of 16 kids today will be special needs. That's modern medicine right there. Oh, it works. Not in a good way. It's just sad, because it doesn't have to be. And what's sad is I know the guys out there who know how to deal with it, know how to fix it, and if they ever tried it once, they would be sitting in some jail cell somewhere for the rest of their life. So they stay quiet. Healing is an art given to everybody. Everybody can heal somebody else. It's been proven. Prayer works. Love works. How many people do you love? Loved people, let's say married people live longer. Because even if your wife hates you or your husband hates you, they still loved you at one time. It's going to add years to your life. And that's just when, marriage usually falls apart and they just stay together. But when you're in love, you feel great. And believe it or not, I can tell you right now how to heal a lot of illness. Right now. And I'm not a doctor, and this is not a drug. Listen to classical music. Listen to Gregorian chants. Just go to YouTube, listen. You will feel better immediately. That stuff was made to heal. As I said, I am a rock and roll fanatic. I love rock and roll. It's not going to heal me. It's going to fuck me up. But I'm still going to do it, okay? Years ago when the preachers were coming out, the preachers actually knew the Bible. Now you just have no correct way to address your diminishing congregations. And they were saying, this is the devil's music. They weren't wrong. I always found ministers and imams and even rabbis, everybody, fascinating because they studied God. They're going to learn from somebody. I love people who study God. I have a funny story. This looks good. I'll get that in a second. I had a thought, but I forgot that. I have these pills from memory, but I don't remember where I put them. I'm not being funny on that one. But you know what the big problem with men today is your presentation. You're out there trying to sell yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? And you present yourself, a lot of guys, as an effeminate moron, okay? And talking about preaching, I got a question here about preaching. So I'll get to that right now. Wow, a lot of questions just came in. I guess people are watching. Hi, Gary. You'd be delighted to hear this one. The pastor at my church was preaching about fear. He talked about peace. A part of a sermon, he said, would you choose the government's peace or Jesus' peace? I like that. Personally, I choose Jesus' peace. Of course. Suck on that, you so-called preachers that preach worshiping of the government. Now, I've had this happen. Where people go, well, what about Romans 13? Where the government has the power. I go, what about it? Because in this country, we, the people, are the government. Let me shut the hell up real quick. But Romans 13 says the government has the power. No, it says in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Constitutional Congress, we, the people, are the government of the United States. What's in office is our servants. And technically, I mean, it doesn't matter what technically, you're going to do it anyway. The only law enforcement agency in the world that has the power to arrest you and detain you, which doesn't mean the other ones aren't going to do it left, right, and center, is the Sheriff's Department. That's it. The only constitutional law enforcement group is the sheriff. Those are 50-50 relationships. You're absolutely right, John. 50-50 relationships lead to divorce. So is putting a woman on pedestals. But alpha males know how to fuck and eat women. Always have a string of women who would rather die than break up with them. That's true. Alpha males do not worry about, oh, this girl dumped me. Hey, fuck her. I get another one. You have a currency. When you alpha up and you get all the stuff at GaryBrodsky.com, you have a currency of being alpha. It's a currency. It's a unit of exchange. Yeah, women will exchange sex just for your presence, for your reassurance, for your style. I have a funny story to say, okay? Here's a pickup routine I did by accident. I just, you know, women like bold men. Is that shocking? Is that like a wow? Well, it's a fact. Women do like bold men. There was a pretty woman doing some cardio. They love doing that. And I went up to her and said, now I will sing to you all of Stevie Wonder's greatest hits. And I go, isn't she lovely? Like, what's wrong with you? I don't know. Maybe you bring it out in me. Well, she started laughing, and the rest is history. But men who make a bold statement get women. Men who make a bold statement get opportunity. Men who make no statement get nothing. Ask and you shall receive. Say nothing, you get nothing. Simple as that. But an alpha guy will ask for what he wants and know how to ask for it. It's like everybody wants money. Every man wants women. When I say the word man, I'm talking about alpha man. You have to know how to get it. GaryBrodsky.com, everything's on sale. Why don't I see some sales in my box here? Jason, thanks for the webinar. The information there was powerful and to the point. A must to everybody. Hey, Jason, thanks for being part of it. Okay, secret societies. That deserves a cigarette here, I can't tell you that. Somewhere out there, somebody's going, oh my God, he's smoking. I'm serious. Thinking of crazy thoughts. I was at my sister's college graduation this weekend. She attends an Ivy League school. Hey, maybe you want to ask her a little spelling advice. Just kidding, okay? Dan, I'm being funny. You have a sense of humor. And we went to her secret society graduation. It was ridiculous. There seemed to be an Illuminati symbol. No, Dan, I'm sorry, it's my reading. Illuminati symbology everywhere, even in the name and the proceedings were dominated by gay men. Didn't see a straight guy there. Only gays and women. That's not a surprise. So our Ivy League school secret societies, Illuminati, us. Yeah, this is the H show, Dan. Okay, you happy about that? Yeah. So our Ivy League school secret society, Illuminati breeding grounds. Yes, they are. I also read that the graduation gowns are actually Freemason uniforms that are New World Order symbology too. The graduation gowns are New World Order, actually. Glad you brought this up because I didn't know about that. They're Druid gowns. Judges wear them. Graduation, sound George Bush. Graduation people wear them. These in graduations. But did you ever wonder what that flat box head thing is that you wear at graduation? That's the mortarboard of the Freemasons. And I know I'm off topic here. I'm trying to sell product because I have to, I have to eat and get soda. But as long as you brought up hats and dress, okay, you've seen the Jewish people with the yarmulkes on. This is a fact. And then you see the popes and the cardinals wear them. And you ask them, why do you wear that? And nobody really knows. I did the research on this. When the Caesars ran pretty much the world, and you wanted to have your own religion or whatever, you had to have the world, that was a symbol of the world. They knew it was round back then. None of this flat world shit on your head in reverence to Caesar. So my question is, did the Roman Empire actually really ever fall? I don't know. But secret societies, I'm trying to start my own secret society, like of normal people. Can't get one guy. Oh, fuck that, no. We used to have secret societies. Well, they weren't really secret. We'd play cards and we'd have fun. And get a couple of girls over in the old escort services where they were not. In the 80s, they were like wild, fun. They'd stay all night. They'd play cards with us. Think about it. Guys had Playboy. Now if you show Playboy to a kid that's under 18, you go to prison. I mean, this world is cutting off alphas. And if you want to succeed in women or anything else, you got to alpha up. There is no other way. Or just be miserable your whole life. That's it. Commanding works. I may start missing words. Even more because most people are conditioned to follow orders. That is so true. especially today. And that's why on my audio, compliance is better than seduction. People are so used to following orders that, hey, you may as well take advantage of it. Alpha men take advantage of stuff. They own stuff. Now, I'm not talking about New World Order owning. I'm talking about actually earning and fighting for what they have. And in life, you have to fight. I didn't get these muscles because I had to fight the weight. Gary, somebody called me an idolater because I have a mojo bag and started naming Bible passages that supposedly condemns people who use charms. I told him he probably misunderstood the passage and told him not to be such a downer. What's your take on the Bible being for or against mojo bags? David. First of all, mojo bags are not mentioned in the Bible. That's like saying, what is the Bible thing against an amplifier? Because that's all a mojo bag does, it amplifies out. Nothing. But you had something interesting here on this. I just got to get back to this. Okay, an idolater, somebody who worships idols. How about American Idol and every celebrity out there? That's what they actually mean by worshiping idols. Teen Idol, all this stuff. Those are the real idols of the Bible. It's not a statue or a bag. I mean, people think, people worship statues years ago. That's not true. Think about it. Let's say you and I and Dan, Dan's watching, and John, we all have a religion. Well, we got to build a statue now, right? Let me get this guy named Frank. Hey, Frank, why don't you build us a statue? We got to worship it. Hey, John, tell this guy Frank to move the statue down, right? We got to worship it. Get that goddamn statue done. Now the statue's done. Big statue we're going to worship. An actual, just carve it out of stone. Yeah, we're going to worship that. And then, John wants to move to another state. Sorry, I can't practice religion anymore. Why? The statue's here. Got to build another one. No, actually, statues were representations of people that people idolize. When you idolize Miley Cyrus, Madonna, I want to mention a few other people. When you idolize celebrities, which is right now we have celebrity worship, politicians are celebrities. That's being an idolater or an idol worshiper. My car goes into idol. I'm worshiping it. But that was a bad joke. Okay, I know that. Yeah. As I say, putting on a tie and a nice suit to attract women is being an idol worshiper. It's not. Or mixing a few crystals that broadcast something is idol worship. Also says you shouldn't hear voices, so I guess you shouldn't turn on the radio. Well, yeah. Also says in the Bible not to judge. That went over big, didn't it? Also says to check for messages. This thing checks a long time. But seriously, what John said before is people are so used to commanding commands and orders more than seduction. And that in part is true. So I will recommend compliance. Because there are movies about that. People will just comply. You want women? Yeah. We're not nice about it. We want, we conquer, we win. The audio compliance is better than seduction. GaryBrodsky.com audios. I guess some scary testimonies I'm afraid to put up. That's how good they are. Can you use rum to throw on the ground? This is about a ritual instead of wine. No, rum is not thrown on the ground. Rum is kept in a glass. I got to do a whole course on the occult because the occult actually, people go, oh, the occult. Again, they bring up the Bible on that. And if you think about it, the occult and the Bible actually do work hand in hand. Think about the Bible for a second. Water turning to blood, sticks turning to snakes. There's a lot of occultism in the Bible. A lot. People go, oh, yeah, you do numerology. I do? Really? There's a book of Numbers in the Bible. You know that? They don't know. So basically have an ignorant world by design. And I'm not talking about you guys, I'm talking about most people. I like this. How the elitist scumbags are satanic. That is absolutely a fact. Many people may dispute me for saying this, but Thomas Jefferson said that if we let the private banks control the issuance of our currency, I love this quote, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and corporations will deprive the people of the properties on the continent that their fathers conquered. On another note, the Bible considers charging interest or usury a sin. It's absolutely true. Yet creditors charge anywhere between 18 to 30% interest on loans. Fucking ridiculous. I am so glad you brought that up, Chris. I'll tell you why. People tell me, oh, your occult site is bad. Well, what do? I'm a hedge fund manager. Wait a second, you're charging usury. Yeah. Well, didn't Jesus go in the temple and actually beat the shit out of people for the money changing? Yeah. How about Mojo Base? How many people he beat up for that? None. No, and I'm the bad one, right? Just had to mention. And now John's kidding you something about idol worship. I was just joking with that. But there is, the idol worshiping and the real satanic worshiping are going on in the secret societies, which thank God has come to light. I was going to do a show. I have a whole bunch of notes here on why and how important it is to be alpha. And I had a great bunch of stuff, and I guess I'm going to have to do it next week. But being alpha is so important today. You have no idea how your life will change. GaryBrodsky.com. Hey, El Pal GR. I love this. How do you get this font? GR here. Isn't it sad today that worshiping God is banned by the legal statutes, where in the past it was banned by statutes? We are still being run by a bunch of sick satanic bastards. And it's going to be that way, unfortunately. You're absolutely right. Absolutely 100% right. It's going to be that way until every guy stands up and goes, no, I am not buying this politically correct agenda. No, I am going to be alpha. Yes, I'm going to pick up women. Yes, I'm going to live a good life. Yes, I am living as an alpha because I get what I want. And when somebody says no, it's okay. I go to the next person. I make my own decisions. I don't have to see what the politically correct agenda is. I say stuff that, hey, if you're not alpha, you're not getting laid, you're not getting paid. Check out that audio. And that's an absolute fact. Yes, you see beta guys at jobs getting paid. And a lot of jobs today, I know a lot of people with jobs. It's kind of funny because their boss has to go through their phone, see who their contacts are, see who their Facebook friends are, and has to know everything their social life is. And if they say one politically correct thing, their job is over. Jobs are no longer jobs like they were years ago. I got to work, guess I'll make some money, flirt with the secretary at work. No. Today you go into a slave-driven thing where the jobs, we're losing jobs here, left, right, and center. Jobs are actually, and companies, I'm looking at my soda here, are moving out of this country because there are so many politically correct rules, they can't function here. And that's the sad part. Political correctness is tyranny. It is oppression, and if you're buying into it, you're oppressed, and guess what? You don't have a date. You don't have a girlfriend. You don't have somebody you could love. If everybody fell in love tomorrow, the New World Order would disappear. That's a fact. If everybody just fell in infatuation, they would disappear. If every guy said, I'm a man today, I'm going to act like one, they would disappear. So if you don't like the New World Order, alpha up and put them out of business. Because the fact that they don't like alphas, they don't like people who follow any religion, shows the way to hurt them is by becoming alpha and finding God. They can't beat that. That's it. They know their campaign is over for good. That is why they bash alphas all over the place. That's why everything you watch today shows some effeminate guy and some woman in control. Because that's how they're going to win. We can't let that happen. GaryBrodsky.com. And now I'll take some more questions. And I'll have some more soda. And I'll have a cigarette. I was going to say something else. I'll jerk myself off. Less later, okay? I know Dan's laughing at that. He's so funny. Sorry I can't play music anymore. All right. Looking forward to that. Somebody just asked, yeah, everybody's labeled a racist today. It doesn't matter what you say. You're a racist. Racist is a new word for heretic years ago. Anything can be interpreted by a paranoid society. You ever paranoid about something? Like wolves or something like that? And you think, oh, that's a wolf, that's a wolf. Aha, there's a print of a wolf. You start seeing it everywhere. And that's what they're doing. Don't follow their agenda. Follow your agenda. All my programs are not there to follow any agenda but your own. People even forgot who they are today. You just see it. It's just so sad. People walking around. And women are getting really the worst of it. With their headphones stuck in their ears, listening to some music. Stevie Wonder, right? Isn't she? No. I don't know what they're listening to. And you ask them a question, they take it off. Put it back on. You got to be alpha to deal with women today. Because they have set up so many barriers of defense, you got to be able to break them down. I know that Dan, they're on the way with 2 books and a surprise. But there is no mail until Tuesday, so I can't help you. Okay, questions again. I got a lot of new listeners here and viewers, I guess. Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL.com. They wouldn't have the question yet. That's, yeah. But I know on the radio show, Dan and I joke around about the voice that guys have. That's what I used to say women sound like. Now men sound like that. Men act like bitches do not get you women. Okay? That basic statement right there. And when I say bitches, I'm not addressing women. I'm addressing women who bitch. You know, I've dated some of them. I'm sure everybody has. It's cold in here, it's hot in here, it's this in here, it's that in here. I'm gone. I love playing dating. Dating is something that people don't even do anymore. Start dating. And now they have these guys, they call themselves the gurus. Yeah. I call them the assholes. They tell you, don't spend more than $40 on a date. Hey, if you got the money, take a girl out in style, goddammit. And if you don't have her, take you out in style. Yeah, don't waste your money on a girl. You have no fucking value? Shit, I had some of the best dates of my life. When I was rolling it, I was taking them out, limousines, you name it. Why? Because that's what men do. I think men still wear suits and have a handkerchief and a tie. Not in the house, but, when you go out. But now, guys are dressed like kids. And they call me up, how come I can't get women? Because you look like a 4-year-old. Maybe get somebody to take you to the fucking zoo. Oh, Bo Johnson is out tonight. They let him out again, huh? Gary, doing some research, I found something everybody forgot. Colors, 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 colors. I am a nightmare. Okay. Sorry, boy. I can't resist. Depending on the colors of your clothing, you will attract certain things and give up certain energy, depending on the colors you wear. Take care, Bo. Bo, you want to give some insight into the colors? No, just, he's right about that. Beautiful, just like your show and your aura. Let's start our own secret society calling it Straights and Alphas. You're in New York, right? Yeah, let's not start it there, okay? Because the society will break up and the guy doesn't show up. But thank you for the compliment. Come on, Bo, colors. It's absolutely true about colors. I could do a whole webinar on colors. But I might. That's why certain colors match with other colors. Seriously, you wear funny colors. Try this. Unmatching colors under your clothes. You get strange reactions. There is a whole science to alphas. Even samurai swords, different colors. That's why you hear these stories about how these native Aboriginal cultures gave us so much for beads. There's colors in the beads that mean a lot, attract a lot. That's for a whole other night. But from Bo, I left town. Funny. Bo is basically, could have been in another life, another time, palehead. Just mention that. I got a palehead haircut here, I know. All right, Gio, how you doing? Gio, absolutely. Just send me, I'll do that right after the show. Send me your address, because everything I read on here, it eliminates it. Just say do not open, and I'll take care of it immediately after the show. Sounds good? Good. Just say do not open. Because I open it here, it disappears. All right. Polo shirts. Would an alpha wear something like that? I said this a few times on either of your shows, that the clothing that's available now under the quote unquote men's section, it gets worse every year. It's now hard to buy clothes and not dress Finocchio. I have to wear button-down dress shirts every day. I'd rather do that instead. That's what I wear every day. Well, I wear sweatsuits a lot because, I go to the gym. Yeah, that's a funny joke, but they're putting the pastel, effeminate colors are coming into the men's department. And that's all with the rock music, which I can go into the whole thing on how that became satanic, which is, so prevalent and obvious these days that they're having satanic rituals, which they call rock concerts. Years ago, things were a little bit more normal because it was a rebel culture. Most of the rock stars did not follow the New World Order agenda. That's why most rock stars are dead. Boy, you want to get back there with the colors? I have a feeling Bo Johnson just flips the show and goes, colors. All right, good night. Hey, Bo! He gets that joke if he's out there. I remember the first time I got invited to a black tie party. I honestly believed you just had to wear a black tie. Yeah, I was a laughing stock, but I walked out with 2 girls, so what the hell? Yeah, I was talking about this today. I grew up in a Cajun community, which if you look up Southern Comfort, the song, I was there when that was being filmed. With Palehead. And my girlfriend is, at the time was the one that says "Alone Don't Say." So that's Renee's sister, who anybody knows Renee. So just mentioning that. And you know, we had a place we go fishing every day and hunting. We were happy kids. You don't see happy kids anymore because fun is not alpha now. Alphas have fun. They don't want that. You know, I saw a kid on a tricycle today. Oh, it gets more than that. With a helmet, elbow pads, knee pads. The tricycle was this high off the floor, and probably there's no way to tip this thing over. But that's the law now. Okay, I'll take a look at that later. Thank you. GR, send me that do not open email. Otherwise, I have to go fishing for it, and it's. I had a thought, and again, it just disappeared. So I'm not using my notes tonight. Anybody know what I was just saying? But yeah, the war on alpha is outside raging. But you know, listen to Buddy Holly, Mick Jagger, any of the old rock people, and you're going to hear a voice. Wow, that's an alpha voice. You don't hear that today. It's just amazing in such a short time how much ground we lost, and it's amazing how easy it is to take back. Important. You must reset your eBay password. Okay, that happens. Like I remember the old one. That's amazing. Passwords, that's another thing. You know, basically idol worship is, you know, I'm just looked up real quick, is worshiping anything made by men. Said very simple. They cannot worship God and mammon. Mammon means anything that a man made by hands or that a person does. Okay. For the genius who wrote How Do I Send You Questions, and just sent me a question, how to send me questions. I'm going to end the show in about a minute. But if anybody wants overtime, let me know. Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL.com. And don't forget to go to GaryBrodsky.com, okay? Okay, still updating. Well, that means it's time for soda. And I'll play some music while I drink the soda. Same song. I'm back. Bo is back with the questions about colors. Colors? Bowie mentioned colors? You're racist. Example. Red is for attraction. Whets your appetite. It's dominant, passionate, and is based on confidence, courage, and vitality. Purple is associated with mysticism and royalty. It's absolutely true. All the seasons wore purple robes. Also, balance and removing obstacles, increased mystery and imagination. Excellent examples. Now, if anybody thinks purple is an effeminate color, every Caesar wore purple. I guess he made jokes about them. You next to the arena fighting a lion with a stick. But we're like, I can take the lion. You know. Hey, another John. How you doing? Wow, this is sad. Festival thrown in every city. Food, music, and lots of people. But a very real lack of human contact. Seduction is the most easiest thing. I like any interest in entertainment, beautiful women, and actual compunction. Such a riot. But these bars out there are scary. The lights and the whole theme. They even pump weird pheromones in the ventilation. And girly men with women. What is this PC friend crap? It's a sad testimony to today's society. Because that's where they want you to be. Listen, don't fall into the satanic agenda. Alpha up, fall in love, and screw the New World Order. They've got men and women fighting against each other? I'm sorry, but God didn't make it that way. Oh, I said God? Shoo. You can't say that. No, at least till November I can. Then I might not be able to say it. Oh, do not open email. I'm not going to open it. What's really, I just wanted to mention this before. Now it came back to me. At the gym I go to 2 gyms. The free weight section keeps getting smaller. I don't blame the gym owners for that because nobody uses it. And it used to be, without being told, every guy wanted to have muscles. Now there's a billion products, they don't work. I tried them all. I have literally shopping bags hidden behind my couch of every supplement known to man. Mine work, those don't. But we wanted muscles so bad, we were taking vacuum cleaner pipes and putting water buckets on the end to do curls. Then we found a gym inside high school. We were junior high school then. We would sneak into the school and start lifting weights. We know what the hell we were doing. But we had the desire to look more like men. I mean, we had Playboy magazines. We were normal American kids. Now, there is no such thing as a normal American kid. We got to fight back. We have to. Now, the audio that John mentioned before about compliance, if you're going to order somebody around, they'll do whatever you want. And either you're going to order them around or political correctness will. It's a powerful audio. Compliance beats seduction. It's just a fact. And there were movies done about this, and a lot of stuff posted about it, and it's still up there. It works. It's a science. The movie is called Compliance, by the way, based on the principles outlined on that audio program. Great teaching lesson. Because not only, I don't know, anytime you're welcome to chime in, but really I have to have some soda here. This choice of a whole new generation. Another unfortunate sign of, and we got to hit this, of the times. This is, to my chagrin, another sign of men becoming more and more effeminate. It's harder and harder to go shopping for automotive or household tools. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I just realized that. You're absolutely right. In fact, um, if you go into a store and you want to buy like a knife, just a basic hunting knife. You give the guy a credit card and he gets back, sorry, your card's no good. What? Because I recently had that. And yeah, I was trying to buy a really small knife. Just because, it's a little tiny pocket knife. And I called the credit card company and said, their problem with the card, we don't honor purchase for any knives, any BB guns, any guns, basically anything masculine. And that is becoming now and more epidemic. And that's really, really sad. You'll find that a lot of the stores now that sell male stuff. I go into the store to all the exercise equipment you ever needed. Great. You have any barbells here? Any weights? No. Only cardio machines. I'm not going to knock cardio. I'm just going to say the reason that they don't stock weights is because nobody buys them. It's not because the store has a politically correct agenda. So why don't you stock weights? Well, nobody buys them. And the guy told me years ago was our biggest seller. Now, nobody buys them. A cardio machine goes for about between $4,000 to $10,000. I priced them out. Comes with a TV set, air conditioner. Weights, you get a whole setup. And they still have them. It's like $185, like 500 pounds worth. The shipping, though, is unbelievable. But that's, goes by weight. Okay, time for some more soda, I think. Yeah, it is that time. That music is great if you want to get. All drum music is great. All classical music is great. Drum beats were used by everybody to drive away evil spirits. Then Theodore Adorno started the Beatles, said, you know something? We can use drum beats to bring in some bad spirits. Check out the Beatles and satanic music on YouTube. What they don't have on YouTube, I have on paper. Tavistock and the Beatles. Check that out. History is not what you think it is. Okay, I'm going to finish a cigarette. Get your questions in. Go to GaryBrodsky.com now. Everything's on sale for this special holiday weekend. I go into how bad I think Memorial Day is, because we should be really honoring veterans, giving stuff to help them in every way possible, and not be a big mattress sale, but that's just my opinion. But everything is for sale right now. So get some questions in, some comments. No rush here. And if you want to build some muscle and be alpha, GaryBrodsky.com supplements, they all work. I know. I take them every day. Gives you nice thruns too, all right? You know what I'm talking about. I got to turn this off, turn it back on. I had a book I was writing, and I say had, I mean had. I'm typing away, slow as I type. And also it says, the computer must restart now. Thank you. Oops. Never. I got to start from scratch again. It now checks the mail. Okay, everybody, hey, thank you for being here. I'm not running away so fast. But what men are becoming, you don't want to become. You want women, you want opportunity, you want to conquer, you want to win, you got to be alpha End of story. And try the compliance audio. It's going to shock you how easy that works. And a lot of people now say, hey, it beats seduction. It's more powerful. And I say it's not the only way to go, but it is the way to go, and it works. And my job is not to tell you what to do with this stuff, just make it available. You apply it as you will. Thank you for the compliment. That was very nice. So everybody, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. And I will be on the air Wednesday. Blog Talk Radio, Gary Brodsky. They don't really let me advertise anymore because I'm politically incorrect, and I'm still going forward. So thank you again for being here. Good night, and I shall see you all Wednesday night, the Gary Brodsky Radio Show. If you don't know how to find it, just Google my name. It'll bring you right there. Thank you again, and good